Hello students, today we'll do the practice of error spotting of pronouns. You all know what pronouns are? Pronoun is a word which is used in the place of a noun. To replace nouns, pronouns are generally used to make the language elegant and easy to understand. So we know now the definition of pronoun. But sometimes in the use of pronouns, we generally commit some errors or we generally commit some mistakes. To improve the mistakes or to spot the error in the sentences of pronoun, we have some general rules of error spotting of pronouns. So we'll be having a look at the error spotting of pronouns, that means the exercises in which there are pronouns. The usage of pronoun is wrong sometimes. It may be right as well. So the sentence which I'll give you as an error spotting sentence, it may have an error in the sentence, and if you think there's no error in the sentence, you can say the last section, no error. So here are some sentences or some examples through which I'll make you understand what errors do we commit in the use of pronouns. First question is, who is better between you and I? This is the sentence in which pronouns have been used. Who is better between you and I? Four parts are there: A, B, C, and D. Here, can you tell me which part of the sentence contains error? Okay, I'll tell you. The error is in part C. Here should be between you and I. Between you and me. Here should be between you and me. Here is given between you and I, but it should be between you and me. As you know, every preposition takes objective case of pronoun after it. That's why this you after between is an objective case already. But this I must also be an objective case as per the rule. The rule says that this preposition will be followed by objective case here. That's why between you and me should be there instead of using between you and I. Understood? Okay. Let's move to our next question. It is him who always helps you in trouble. And the last section is, this sentence has also some parts: A, B, C, D, and E. Can you tell me which part contains an error? Okay, I tell you. The error is in part A. Instead of using it is him, it should be it is he. Because you know, relative pronouns, whether it may be who, whom, which, or whatever. So any relative pronoun is always preceded by subjective case of pronoun. Always subjective case of pronoun must be used before any relative pronoun. Here who is the relative pronoun, and before this relative pronoun who, there has been given him. It should be he. He, that means the subjective case. Here it is given in an objective case. That is not right. This who must be preceded by he, that is the subjective case. You must have understood. Let's move ahead to the next question. Next question is, he could not bear the pain of failure and resigned to it. He could not bear the pain of failure and resigned to it. A, B, C part is this one is D, and this one is E. So here the sentence has been divided in 5 parts, and there may be any error in any part of the sentence. Tell me which part contains error. You don't have any idea? Okay, I tell you. The error is in part D. Here should be resigned himself to it. Here resign doesn't mean resign from a post, resign from any duty. No. This resign doesn't mean like that. This resign means to succumb, to surrender before the situation, before the circumstances. That's why this resign needs a reflexive pronoun after it. Of course, the reflexive pronoun as per he should be himself. The resign needs himself a reflective pronoun after it because this verb resign will demand any object after it. And the only object which we can use here is reflexive pronoun. That's why here should be used he resigned himself to it instead of using only resigned to it. Some more words are there like avail, avenge, sometimes apply, which means to engage oneself in a work, in a piece of work. Many verbs like that. Enjoy, this also needs object after it. That's why either we'll be using any object or simply a reflexive pronoun after them to make a sentence correct. Understood, students? Let's move ahead with the next question. Next question says, keep yourself from bad boys. The last A, B, C, D. The error is in part A. It shouldn't be keep yourself. It must only be keep. Keep from. Keep doesn't need any reflexive pronoun after it. They should not be used after keep. Some verbs like keep, move, start, stop, bathe, hide, they do not need any object after them. If there is object, if there is already the presence of any object, it's okay. But if the object is not present, we need not have any reflexive pronoun after them. They are just used in the way they are. That's why reflexive pronoun will not be used here. They need not have any reflexive pronoun as an object. Let's move ahead to a new question. Question number 5. There are 5 members on the committee. They all respect each other. And the last section is no error. A, B, C, D, and E. Can you tell me which part contains error? Okay, I tell you. The error is in part D. Why so? Because this use of pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, each other is incorrect here. Because the number of members is more than 2. That's why we will be using one another instead of using each other. Each other is intended for 2 only. More than 2, there is use one another only. Let's move ahead. Please help me. I beg your favor. Help me. I beg your favor. A, B, C, and D. The error is in part C. This favor doesn't take possessive pronoun before it. It should be favor of you. Instead of using your favor, this should be favor of you. Favor is being used as a noun here. That's why it will not be taking possessive case of pronoun. Some words like favor, mention, excuse, pardon, preparation, they generally don't take possessive case of pronoun with them. They take of or from plus objective case of pronoun. So instead of using your favor, so you will be using favor of you. Next question. I, you, and he. I, you, and he will be rewarded tomorrow. No error. The last section is no error. I, you, and he. This section is A, then will be B, this is C, and can you tell me which part contains error? I tell you, the error is in part A. The correct pronoun order should be second, then third, then one. That means first person, second person, third person, and first person. It means second person should be at the first position, afterwards third, and afterwards first person should be there. As the sentence is taking some positive aspect, they are to be rewarded tomorrow. That means the sentence is taking some positive aspect. You will be using 2, 3, 1 this order, just like you, he, and I. These are also known as pronouns of good manner, or we can say pronoun order of good, pronoun order of good manners. That's why you will be using here you, he, and I. This is absolutely incorrect. Let's move to our next question of pronouns. I don't like his talking to others. I don't like his others. The sentence has 4 parts. Error may be in any part or there may be no error. Tell me which part contains error or there is no error. There is no error in the sentence. The sentence is grammatically correct. The use of his before talking is correct. Let's move to our next question. He and myself went to the market yesterday. He and myself went to the market yesterday. Sentence has been divided in 4 parts. Error may be in any part. Tell me which part contains error. Okay, I tell you. The error is in part A. The use of myself, the reflexive pronoun here, is absolutely incorrect. Reflexive pronoun myself should not be used until or unless this is the object of any verb. And if it is being used as an emphatic pronoun, it must be used either to emphasize just after the subject or at the last of the sentence, at the end of the sentence. Otherwise, it is not to be used in the sentence anywhere. That's why the use of myself is incorrect. Here should be I, the subjective case, not the reflexive case is to be used. Here should be I. So here in place of myself, I'll be using I. He and I went to the market yesterday. Let's move to our next question. 10th question. Let he do his work properly. Find out there in the sentence. Let he do his work properly. A, B, C, and D. There is in part A. This should be let him, not let he. So that means instead of he, there must be used let him. Because let as a verb, except as a preposition, they are always used with objective case of pronoun. Objective case of pronoun. You can't use subjective pronoun with them. So this was all about the spotting of pronoun. In the next class, we'll have some other topic to discuss the spotting. Thank you.